Me, I got some throat spray out in the car. If I'm going to be doing solos, I better give myself a couple of squirts.
Down in the valley so low, hang your head over, hear the wind blow, hear the wind blow, dear, hear the wind blow, hang your head over, hear the wind blow. If you don't love me, love whom you please. Throw your arms round me, give my heart ease. Give my heart ease, dear, give my heart ease. Throw your arms round me, give my heart ease. Roses love sunshine, violets love dew, angels in heaven know I love you, know I love you, dear, know I love you. Angels in heaven know I love you.
Extra good, extra good. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the live version of Two Chairs No Waiting. Some of you guys saw some, as I was getting things ready, I played the wrong thing, but hey, we're still ready to go. It's good to have all you here with us. I see the chat room is full of folks. Let's see who all's in here right now. I see Anthony, Leonard Blush, and Miss Ellie. Good to have you guys with us. Big Ma, Judd, Jelsic, Susan, Henry Bennett. I can't help but say it that way every week. Kentucky Mike, Miss Mayberry, Sarah Blaine, Emmett is here with us, Emmett Clark, Goober Fife, Asa, Lydia, Skinny Griffin, Briscoe and Brisket, Indiana Steve. That's who I see in here, and I'm sure there's probably some folks over on the Facebook page as well. So it's good to have all you with us. I'm Alan Newsom, your host for Two Chairs, and it is fun to be back. It was a great weekend, and we're going to be doing the Mayberry Days 2018 report. I'm not going to be able to cover it all. I'm not even going to try because there's just way too much that occurred during Mayberry Days. I mean, I've got, I don't even know how many pictures that we have. Several hundred pictures that we have that Jan took, and I am thankful for that. But yeah, here they are. I mean, we have 320 just on Thursday for the golf tournament. 320 pictures. So that's just that morning. Well, and I think that includes the golf tournament dinner. So that's Thursday. So we have lots and lots and lots of pictures to show all you guys on the video feed, and I'll upload some to Facebook. I've had people sending me pictures, and there have been, let's see if I can pull this up here where you guys can see it. Here's my Facebook page where it shows my pictures. And can you see this here? Yeah, you can. So these are pictures that were tagged just during Mayberry Days so far. Mayberry Days. All these pictures I got tagged in, and I appreciate it. If you did take a picture of me, please tag me, because I would love to have the pictures. It's always fun to see other people's perspectives. I know you can't see all these, but I'm still scrolling. There we go, down to probably about right in here with Otis. Is Mayberry Days. So I don't even know how many pictures that is just from the 2018 version of Mayberry Days. Thank you to everybody who has been sending me pictures. I definitely appreciate it. It was a great weekend. Kentucky Mike, I saw him there. He's here in the chat room. Let's see who I saw. I saw definitely Kentucky Mike, Goober Fife, Lydia, Sarah, she was there. Leonard Blush and Miss Ellie were there. Henry Bennett, Briscoe, and Brisket were all at Mayberry Days. So a lot of the folks in the chat room here on the live.Two Chairs No Waiting website, if you want to join us, you can head over here. Lots of folks in there. There's about 24, 25 people in there right now. And a lot of them were at Mayberry Days. If you were at Mayberry Days, and I'm going to ask it during the podcast, but if you were there and you would like to send in a report, I would love to hear your thoughts about Mayberry Days, because I'm running around doing Floyd the Barber. So I have a definite perspective of what's happened and what went on during Mayberry Days, but I don't see the things you guys see. I'm always running around floating it up around town, I guess. So it's always fun to hear other people's take on how things went, because I definitely have a biased opinion of how they went. I thought it went pretty well. Nothing fell apart. Everything at least came out okay. Nothing just completely flopped, which is a win. Yay. Oh, I got my new shirt. I don't know if Randy, he may be over in the other. Let me stand up here where you guys can see. I have my Gomer and Goober Pile Comic Book Literary Guild. I got my new t-shirt, so I'm wearing it. Here we go. There we are. So thank you, Randy, for the t-shirt. I appreciate that. Randy Turner, our This Week in Mayberry History, runs the website, the Facebook group. It's a chapter of the Andy Griffith Show Rio and Watchers Club. So thank you, Randy. I saw so many people during the course of the weekend who had listened to the podcast. Several of them listened for several hours on their drive to Mayberry, to Mount Airy. That was very humbling. It was very, very humbling to hear that from them. So that was good. Let's see what else. Here, Judd and Big Maud are saying we're rubbing it in. People that weren't able to come. Randy Turner just said, "You look sharp in that shirt." I see him popping up over on Facebook. Let's see, I can pop that over here where you can see it. Let's see. Boom. There he is telling me, "You look sharp in that shirt." Thank you, Randy. So folks, this is the live part of the show. So if you don't enjoy this part, you don't have to watch this part. This is just the part where the folks are gathering here in the chat room and visiting with one another and just having a good time. And I was all humbled up with humbleness. That's right, Skinny Griffin. But if you don't enjoy it, the live version of the show, you can enjoy the finished version, which comes out tomorrow night on Tuesday nights at about 7 o'clock Central Time, 8 o'clock Eastern, and where all this stuff that you're seeing right now won't be in the show. So the only time you get to see that is here live. I guess on Facebook, I haven't been going through and deleting all the old live shows, but in general, those kind of disappear where you don't see them very much. And you can go and watch the recorded version there as well. So Inspector Sam Allen is in he's in there telling me my shirt looks good. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. So Skinny Griffin, were you at Mayberry Days as well? I saw you had posted, said something about the humbleness. I thought maybe you saw that. So I got several videos that were on Facebook, so some of you may have already seen that. I've grabbed folks' Facebook feeds. We're going to look at some of those. I've got pictures from Mayberry Days. I have some videos, as I said, from Mayberry Days. Thank you very much. I haven't mentioned that yet. I was, it's a little weird to talk about this, but I won an award this year at Mayberry Days, and it was I appreciate it. I did not know it was coming, and I thank you. I will show it to you guys. I won't show this on the podcast because people on the podcast won't be able to see it, but the video guys can. So here, I just happen to have it sitting right beside me. So this is the award. Let me put something dark behind it here. Hold on. Here we go. So the award is called Blurry. It's called Blurriness. Why is it? What happened? There we go. All right, there you go. It's called the You're the Cats Award is what it's called. And we began giving it out several years ago, probably about 4 or 5 maybe. And this is the award. As you can see, it's called You're the Cats Award. And it was by Ron and Terry Quincy up in Ontario, Canada. They're the ones that started this award. And it was meant to honor not only Betty Lynn, but the recipient who received it. And anyway, thank you to everybody. Thank you. And I think maybe I have a video of that. I don't know where I got it, but just at least when everybody was, let me show you that, because let me see if it's here. I think this is, no. Maybe I don't have a video of that. Guess I don't. So there is a video online somewhere of that, and I don't have it pulled up because, that's like tooting your own horn or something. But thank you to everybody in the chat room. Thank all of you that were there. It was very nice. I appreciated getting it. It was not something I had expected, but it was very nice to receive. So thank you. Thank you very much. Let's see. So Kentucky Mike said he spoke with Dennis Rush at the hotel Sunday morning, and he was still so excited and definitely had plans to try to return to Mayberry Days. He said he felt like he'd been to Disney and only got onto 3 rides. He's got to come back for more. He was a very nice fellow, very sincere. He was indeed. And it was good to see all you guys there. Kentucky Mike, you were there with your wife. I gave her a hard time about her hair color, but actually it looked pretty good. Her hair was purple. Here's purple. I'm not sure how you did that to your hair. Of course, as Floyd, you have to talk about people's hair. But it was fun to meet her, see her, and see you both. I saw that you got to go over to Pilot Mountain and go hiking. That looked like that was a lot of fun. Purple hair. Yes, you had purple hair. And it wasn't like an old lady purple. It was purple. Like, it was pretty. Like, I don't think it's her natural color. I'm not sure. But it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Anthony said he posted the video everywhere on Allen and the parade too. So thank you, Anthony. I don't know that I've seen all the pictures and all the videos and stuff that came out. Of course, during Mayberry Days, I'm unable to look at my phone because wouldn't it looks kind of terrible to have Floyd the barber. Whoa, I'm dropping things. Hold on. Have Floyd the barber, going around with his cell phone. So I don't use my phone during Mayberry Days. So I didn't get to see very much during the event. So it's only been after I got back last night that I was able to look at some stuff, but I was pretty tired and I had to go to work today. So, all right, guys, I have blathered and blabbed along until the phone could ring so that I would not be interrupted by this phone call. It looks like it's our folks from the Mayberry Cruise. It looks like it's giving us a call. So Jan will take care of that. I'm giving Jan a promotion. I can't remember what it was though. She has been my executive assistant. She had been done. And I forgot what I gave her a promotion to. The chief of staff is what she can be now. We got another call. How can you get so many phone calls? I don't know how that's even happening. So, so now she's my chief of staff for Floyd Lawson Enterprises. So she's been promoted. There's no extra income or anything associated, but that's about it. Standby symbolist. I could have given her that one. What other is the best kind to stand by for there in Mayberry? All right. So if you guys are ready, we'll try to run through a little Mayberry Days report. Let's see, background music. That'll be a good one. I'll try that one. Ooh, not that. Ooh, I don't like that one. That's too boring. That's too exciting. Yeah, maybe I just won't have any music. We'll just go through and talk about this. So I guess we are ready to go. If you guys are, we'll start this show off. You guys enjoy visiting with one another in the chat room. Kentucky Mike said, Floyd, it was great dancing with the cloggers. Yeah, it was. Let's see here. Let me show you this picture. Here it is. Let me show you this one. This is one of the pictures. Tim Bradshaw actually took it. Let me come over here so you can see this. Tim, right there. Boom. There's a picture of me dancing with the cloggers. They were jumping up in there and clicking their heels together. And Tim got me in mid jump right there, clicking my heels together. There as I was dancing. I was dancing. Dance. I danced. So there's one of the pictures from the weekend. Yeah, I got some air there. People are saying, Floyd, you're getting up in the air. Pretty nice. That was pretty big. Big air. I said it actually looked like I was trying to do a jump kick. You guys, I don't know how many of you guys know this. I'm actually a 3rd degree black belt in Taekwondo. And that particular picture right there makes it look like I'm about to do a jumping side kick. So there I am. Yeah, boy, there I am, fixing to kick those poor folks over there on the side. So it was a lot of fun. Let's see. Sam is saying your opening song is near and dear to my heart. Joanna Moore is a distant cousin of mine. Well, I didn't know that. That's nice, Sam. Thanks for telling us that. Lydia says my hubby said he saw Floyd and he saw Floyd and he told Floyd, your scissors sharp. I remember somebody yelling that at me. To which I said, I gave him a weird look and I told him, there ain't no line. That ain't no line from the show. I didn't tell him that. That's not a line. That's not a line from the show. Are your scissors sharp? They are sharp. I do remember him asking me that actually. So, I was doing a little kung fu dancing. Everybody was kung fu dancing. All right, guys, let's get this show rolling, or I'll just keep blathering along. Mayberry Days. I'm kind of a little punch drunk from the weekend of Mayberry Days. So let me show you this motley crew before we start. This is a bunch of us there outside the Andy Griffith Playhouse. There we go. That's Jim Clark on the left, and that's Tim Bradshaw there with his Gomer and Goober Pile comic book the Gomer and Goober Pile Comic Book Literary Guild. I can't say it. T-shirt on. Behind him, there in the middle, you see Henry Bennett in our boat. And there's Lydia right there on the front in the red shirt. And Goober Fife right there. And, of course, Floyd in the background. That's me. This was during Mayberry Days on Saturday morning, I do believe. So that was right after the parade, if I remember right. And Tim took that picture. So there, I thought you guys might like to see it. Everybody was taking precautions of holding your ear and wink 'em, blink 'em, nod 'em. You have to do all that kind of stuff. If Henry Bennett's around, you have to do that. So we have plenty to do since Henry was there. All right, guys, let's get the show rolling, and I'll talk to you on the back end. Okay, let me cover you guys up. Me they are. All right, let's go. A 1 and a 2. Let me check my music. Hey, we got it. All right, guys, I'm ready to go if you are. So let's get this show on the road. Start the recorder. All right, video now. Ready? All right. Thanks, guys. We'll talk to you in a little bit. Two Chairs No Waiting, episode number 498, Mayberry Days Report 2018. Two Chairs No Waiting is brought to you each week by the folks over at WeaversDepartmentStore.com. Drop by over at Weavers. You got to get you a 2019 Andy Griffith Show wall calendar. We've got them at Weavers, and we need for you to get them because we don't want to keep them. Head over to WeaversDepartmentStore.com and check it out. While you're there, you might want to check out some Mayberry Trivia, the book by Scott Hopkins. Great trivia in there, all over at WeaversDepartmentStore.com. Two Chairs No Waiting is also brought to you by donations from listeners like you. The executive producer of episode number 489 is my wife, Jan Newsom. Hello, everybody. I'm Alan Newsom, your host for Two Chairs No Waiting, and I run iMayberry.com. My wife runs Weaver's Department Store. And of course, I'm the host here on Two Chairs No Waiting. So I've been doing Floyd the Barber this Mayberry Days. This is the Mayberry Days Report 2018. And this Mayberry Days, which happened last weekend, was my 25th appearance as year of Floyd the Barber at Mayberry Days. So my 25th time So the beginning of my 25th year of doing Floyd the Barber. Wow. So I'm on year 25. There's a lot of anniversaries coming up for me this here just in the next few weeks. We've got the 25th anniversary of me being Floyd at Mayberry Days. Coming up real soon is the 10th anniversary of this podcast. Wow, 10. We got our 500th episode in like 2 weeks. Oh my goodness, the excitement just does not end. So it's all converging right here together. So we're going to be talking today about Mayberry Days. Now, I know many of you were not able to be at Mayberry Days, and we certainly did miss you if you weren't able to come. But it was a great, great weekend for all that were able to make it and just to be a part of everything going on there in Mount Airy. And I should tell you, it started off on Thursday. Thursday was the golf tournament. I mean, wow, guys, Mayberry Days keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger because every year it seems like it starts a little earlier. So this year, Mayberry Days actually kicked off on Monday. That's right. I wasn't there, but it kicked off and they did stuff on Monday and Tuesday because people are starting to make a whole week of Mayberry Days. But I was, I didn't get there till Wednesday night. And then Thursday is when the golf tournament kicked off. That's right. The golf tournament, the Mayberry Days golf tournament there at the country club right there in Mayberry. They had folks there and it was even raining at the beginning, but all the cast members were there to help kick off the event. Betty Lynn was there, Ronnie Shell, Leroy McNeese, Margaret Carey, Laura Hagan, Betty Lynn. I already said Betty Lynn, didn't I? Bettina Link, Maggie Peterson, Stark Howe, Greg Shell. Wow, it was just a lot of people there, all helping it kicked off, and then the golfers were there as well. We had some teams dressed up. One team was dressed up as the Mayberry Union High golf team, and the other, the Creechsters chapter, was dressed up as Santa Claus, and they looked great and spiffy as always. So we kicked off the day. The golf team even wanted to sing Mayberry Union High fight song. So we all sang it together and I led them. So it was the barbershop quartet plus the barber. We all sang the Mayberry Union High fight song. Now, all this stuff, folks, happens over at the golf course. So most people don't even see this. They don't head over and watch the tee off and everything. But I tell you what you missed if you were there. You missed getting to see Clint Howard, because Clint Howard actually had on his cowboy hat and stuff. And he was out on the 18th hole waiting on the golfers to come. He was dressed up with his Leon outfit out there, and he was giving out Cokes. And he even had peanut butter and jelly sandwiches that he was handing out. So it was a great day. If you didn't like it out on the golf course, you could actually see him inside later, where the cast and crew and all the folks there, Karen Knotts, Clint, everybody made their way inside to actually sign autographs and meet and greet the fans inside the country club. It was a great day. Great time. The weather, it actually started raining at the beginning, but it stopped raining as soon as the golfers got out there. Dennis Rush, Howie Pruitt, he was there at Mayberry Days, and this was his very first trip. It was also Keith Thibodeau's first time to be at Mayberry Days. Now, he'd been to Mayberry events before, but he had never been to Mayberry Days. So both Keith and Dennis, they both enjoyed themselves tremendously. Dennis had never done any Mayberry event, so it was his very first try. So this was all just Thursday, as I'm saying. It was not, the whole thing hadn't started good yet. The awards banquet occurred. There was awards to all the golfers. Folks gave awards out for best costumes, for furthest away from or closest to the hole, longest drives, longest putts. Some of the cast got up and said a few words. They all got introduced. It was just you can't beat it. Betty Lynn requested a repeat of the Mayberry Union High fight song. So we did it. And then, wow, were we entertained by Henry Cho. Now, Henry Cho is a comedian, and he was absolutely wonderful at the event. So that's all just Thursday. Mayberry Days has barely even started on Thursday, is what I always thought. But wow, that is not true. It's definitely true that there are a lot of things going on in and around Mayberry. So the next morning was Friday morning, and we always have the mayor's proclamation that kicks off on Friday morning. So the tribute artists gather, the stars all gather to be a part of the event, and the mayor of Mount Airy, North Carolina, gets up and gives us a proclamation welcoming all the visitors to the town for the weekend, and proclaims that that weekend is Mayberry Days in Mount Airy, North Carolina. We have that proclamation, and it is so nice. Have all those stars and cast members, of crowds that are just lined up on the grass hill, watching all the events occur. They're getting to see everybody on stage. That is a great time to get there. If you ever come to Mayberry Days, come to the proclamation, because at the minimum, you'll see all the cast and crew that's there. All the tribute artists pretty much show up as well, except for Ernest T. I think he was off in the mountains. He went off trying to find a mockingbird, is what I understand. He didn't show up. Here's a mockingbird. He went off to kill a mockingbird. Yeah. Anyway, so I was presented. Humble to tell you this. I was presented an award at the proclamation, so it was very special for me. I got the You're the Cats award for just appreciation of just all the stuff that happens at Mayberry Days. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because it's about me, but I do appreciate everybody that congratulated me, and I do thank everybody for those kind words. Friends, this is just the proclamation. This is Friday morning. The cast and crew are there giving out the awards. You got to come to this at some point. I think I've already told you some of the people that were there. Laura Hagen was there, Karen Knotts, Rodney and Beverly Dillard. I don't think I mentioned that they were there. Of course, Clint Howard was there. I'm trying to look here in some of the pictures as I'm talking. Margaret Carey, Bettina Link. I'm going to leave people out. Leroy McNeese, Keith Thibodeau, Ronnie Shell. I mean, wow. I think I already said Charlene, Maggie Peterson. I just keep looking and seeing more people. But Mayberry Days was actually slam packed with people this year. As far as cast and crew members go. So it was a great year to have been there. I hope those of you who were there really realize how special it was, because it was a great time. Anyway, so they have all the proclamation. Everybody gets, there were some people that got awards. Stark Howell was there this year. It was his first year. Stark is the son of Dud Wash. Hoke Howell. Stark Howell is his name, and he was there representing his dad. We really enjoyed having him there. He got the key to the city. Dennis Rush got a key to the city. Dennis Rush is Howie Pruitt, Opie's buddy, Howie. How do you fight fire? With a hose? That's him. That's who said it. No, with fire. No, I don't think that's right. And then later on, see, I told you, Barney. It was him. And Keith Thibodeau. Johnny Paul Jason himself, he got a key to the city as well. So we gave out 3 keys to the city. We had Michael Hoover there as our Elvis tribute artist. He's a great Elvis, by the way. Friends, great times were had by all, even at the proclamation. I mean, it's just an amazing event. And they even had a whistling contest immediately following it. So this is, again, just Friday morning. At the proclamation. Then there's all kind of stuff going on downtown after that. You can head down and you would see, I don't know, you might run into Briscoe Darling out on the street. If you was walking around, you would have seen Floyd the Barber talking on WPAQ 740 AM. Yeah, they had me on the radio. Walking around downtown, lots of folks were. Then we had the pie eating contest where Newton Monroe even showed up to help paint some of the pie eating stuff. He was there and helped out with the pie eating contest. There's checkers to play. There's so many things going on at Mayberry Days that either you can pay and go to an event, or you can just go and have fun, sit around and talk to people, because there's plenty to do. I was, of course, out on the streets cutting hair. Newton Monroe was over. He head over to the Snappy Lunch, painting the outside of the Snappy. There was people going into the barber shop and coming out of the barber shop, and there's even some lady. The desperate female hunters were even there, and the mayor and I were just holding court right there on the street, along with all the other tribute artists. A great time, bringing smiles to the fans as they went around, and it's a lot of fun. So, and if you haven't been, you could head over to the Andy Griffith Museum. I don't know if you've been there, but if you haven't, that's definitely something you'd want to do, because they have some amazing things at the Andy Griffith Museum. So definitely next time you're in Mount Airy, head over there and you can actually see the actual jail cell keys that were used on the Andy Griffith Show. They even have several other things on the desk, like the mallet that Andy would use as a justice of the peace, and the phone. So that's just very few of the things that were there in Mayberry. They have Andy's guitar, some of the signature guitars, and they have the actual signs that were on the front door of the Mayberry Courthouse. That's right. Now, all that stuff, again, all at the Andy Griffith Museum. So Friday is also the day when we have our trivia contest. Now, I don't know if you know about that, but at the Mayberry, it's like the Super Bowl of Mayberry trivia. That's right. So we gather at the Blackman Amphitheater and ask trivia questions. And before it started this year, we were just asking questions out of Scott Hopkins' book, the Mayberry Trivia, just to get everybody warmed up. And then once the fun starts, there's 2 rounds. You begin the round and we ask hard questions, and there were, I think, 17 or 18 questions, and people come down and whisper their answer to the judges, and they see if they can get it right. The tribute artists come in there and read the questions out, and then people come down and try to answer them. And the way it works is the winner of that first round, then they move along to the second round, which includes all the previous winners from Mayberry Days Trivia Championships. Okay, so they all are part of this final round. There's 10 people can be in it. And so if you win the first round, you qualify to be in the final rounds of Mayberry Trivia. So the Mayberry Trivia champion again this year was Jim Sherrill. He won. Once again, this was his 3rd year of winning. Now, it was actually a tie at the end of play between Mike Haviland and Jim Sherrill, and then there was a tie-breaker, and Jim ended up winning the tiebreaker, and Pat Bullins came in 3rd. So it was a lot of fun, and I think everybody enjoys the trivia being done that way, because we don't have to ask the questions so hard, because it kind of is like Jeopardy, where they read the questions and then you got to buzz in. That's how we do it now, instead of making the questions quite so hard. So those expert trivia people still have, the questions are semi-hard, but they're nowhere near as hard as they were at one point. So we have the trivia, and then followed right after that, we meet on the Hill, and it's the kind of the internet chapter stuff. So it's not really just who's been messing up the bulletin board, which is I guess one of the chapters that are online, but it ends up being just folks from all over the internet who may not know each other. So we try to have a little meeting up on the Hill and get everybody talking to everybody so that they can meet one another and actually put faces to the name. So if you're in our chat rooms on Monday nights, this would be some of you guys that would have been there. And there were several. And so we get together so that everybody knows each other and is able to talk and enjoy themselves. So that's all on Friday. I mean, we're not really finished yet on Friday. Let's see. Matter of fact, Friday night, we have the VW Boys. Of course, they also had James Gregory. James Gregory was there, but the VW Boys were part of it. And this year we had something special. Let's see if I can show this to you. This is Christy McClendon, who does Andalina, Charlene's daughter. She sang with the VW Boys, who play our background music so often. So let's see if we can hear a little bit about it. So here is Christy. Let's see. I think you've heard this song before. Oh, there you go. So this was during the VW Boys concert. Christy is amazing. The VW Boys are as well. Oh, and that was a good time. The VW Boys, if you ever get a chance to see them, the VW Boys are absolutely amazing. So make sure you go and check them out because, wow, you can't go wrong with the VW Boys, I promise you. So that was just, again, this is, we've not even gone through, but just the first day. That was the very first day of Mayberry. That was Friday, really. So then Saturday, for those that don't know, we head over to start doing the Mayberry Days Parade. Starts at 9:30, I think. I can't remember. On Saturday morning, we had Betty Lynn, of course, is our Grand Marshal. Colin, who's often in our chat room, he is in his squad cart, he and his dad. Folks, the parade is usually fairly long, but wow, there is such a crowd every year on the streets of Mayberry. And folks have floats that are related to the Andy Griffith Show. This year we had the Bulb Snatchers. Mrs. Mendelbright was there, walking along as part of the Barney chapter. Great times. We had the cast and crew members were amazed and started taking pictures of the crowd because they didn't have any idea, especially the first timers. They said when they topped the hill and saw all the people, it was all they could do not to cry. So they even honored Jim Sherrill. He was in a squad car. He was the world champion, Andy Griffith Show trivia champion 2016, 17, and 18. So he was there. We had Miss Ellie. She was there with her son, Ellie for Council, rocking with Emma. Emma was with her. And with them as well was Leonard Blush, the Masked Singer. He was there straight from the Insecticide Committee or Convention. He was there with us. And of course, no parade is complete without the Shriners riding around. Duke Slater was there. Ronnie Shell, he was part of the parade. Everybody basically was part of the parade that was attending the event. We even had the shoe salesman, Wilbur Finch. He was there walking down the street selling his shoes with Newton Monroe right beside him. So what a time. A great time was had by all at the parade as well. So if you ever go to Mayberry Days, make sure you go to the parade because you never know what you'll see. We had Henry Bennett. Henry Bennett was in his boat, and yeah, it was sinking. You're right. They were even bailing water out of it because it was sinking. The Mayberry Jinx. Henry Bennett in our boat. Henry Bennett. He was there. Of course, there was Laura Hagen. There was even a Planet of the Apes was there, along with Doctor Strange from Marvel movies. I mean, I'm telling you, Mayberry Days is getting big when you have Doctor Strange dropping in and the Planet of the Apes folks. We had Barney and Thelma Lou and the Fun Girls were out in force. It's always a pleasure just to wave at everybody and see all the folks. Otis was even, as he was in the parade, he was leading the cow down the streets. He said it was his horse and he thought it was a really good buy. And Baker, Abel, and Charlie Baker and Charlie were in the parade Abel's a small man, whereas Baker and Charlie, it was a guy leading a cow with boots on through the streets of Mount Airy, North Carolina. Dennis Rush was having a great time taking pictures and just could not believe, that's Howie Pruitt, all the people that were in line or not in line, but lining the streets of Mount Airy for the Mayberry Days Parade. It really is amazing if you ever see it, just how many people are around. So anyway, this is the parade. It had Mrs. Magruder's cousin was there, Barney Fife's alter ego, Mrs. Magruder's cousin. That was great. Beverly and Rodney Dillard, Leon and his girlfriend, Clinton, his girlfriend, were both there. They were riding in the parade in one of the trucks. Let's see who else. Randy Turner. That's right, folks. Randy Turner, our roving reporter, was riding in the parade. I don't know how that worked out. I had to walk, but Randy got to ride in a car. Not only a car, it looks like he was in a Mustang, and I'm having to walk. Floyd, no respect. So that was great to have him there as well. Margaret Carey was riding in the parade. The Pickle Queen, if you didn't know it, Leroy McNeese, one of the country boys that was on Mayberry on record, the one that said, "I appreciate you letting us buy into your record company." Well, his wife was the Pickle Queen. Janice is his wife, wonderful lady. She was riding in the parade along with, of course, Keith Thibodeau and his wife, Kathy. Michael Hoover, Elvis was in the parade. Folks, they even had the guys that were set up to sell stuff on the side of the road in the parade this year. These two guys, they were throwing out produce as they went down the road. And Andalana was in there singing as well. Anyway, this is all happening during the parade. Great time. And several people from here on our podcast gathered together and got a picture made. Wow. I'm running out of time. I cannot give you all the highlights of Mayberry Days. There's way too many. So the Andy Griffith Show Rio Nurturers Club meeting was held over at the Earl Theater. We had reports from all the different chapters. I'm going to skip around a little faster so we can get there. Chapter reports. Kevin Burke from the Burke on Mayberry podcast won the Friendship Award. It's one of the highest awards that's given by the Andy Griffith Show Rio Nurturers Club, Rerun Watchers Club. And Kevin, congratulations. He's one of our fellow podcasters, so I want to definitely give a shout out to Kevin. And he was a man of few words, but he got up there. And then the second award given out by the Andy Griffith Show Rio Nurturers Club is the Jim Schwanke Award. Now, the Jim Schwanke Award, I think I've described in the past, is very dear to me. Jim Schwanke was a great Mayberry person, great friend, and just would give you the shirt off his back. He was that kind of a Mayberry person, always spreading the Mayberry, the spirit of Mayberry. And this year, the award went to Jeff Gossett, and Jeff was choked up. He did not know what to say. He was definitely touched by receiving the award, but Jeff, you definitely deserved to get that award, because Jeff has stepped up at Mayberry in the Midwest in particular and he's helping with their trivia contest. He's helping with he's basically running the Mayberry Squad Car Nationals now. And so I wanted to brag on Jeff. And he has definitely been spreading that Mayberry spirit everywhere he goes. And he has a Mayberry squad car, by the way, just in case you didn't know. So congratulations to Jeff. And then, of course, we had our chapter meeting, the picture of all the chapter leaders there that were in attendance. So it was a great time at the Andy Griffith Show Rio Nurturers Club annual meeting. And then, folks, we wrap up the day with Colonel Tim's Talent Time. Now, one of the highlights from Colonel Tim's, I'm going to try to play you just a little bit of it, is they brought out Betty Lynn. Laura Hagen was singing, and Keith Thibodeau, Little Ricky himself, Johnny Paul Jason was playing the drums, and Elvis came out, and they all sang to Betty Lynn. So let's just hear just a little bit about this. She absolutely loved this, by the way.
Pass me by one sunny day, flash those big brown eyes my way. Ooh, I wanted you forevermore. I'm like one who gets around, swear my feet stuck to the ground, and though I never did see you before, I said hello, Thelma Lou. Goodbye, heart, sweet Thelma Lou, I'm so in love with you.
So that's Michael Hoover, Laura Hagen, and Keith Thibodeau playing the drums, and Duke Ladd on the piano.
I heard your voice. Believe me, I just had no choice. Wild horses couldn't make me stay away.
Oh, it was great. Boy, and Betty, she absolutely loved this. She was so excited, and what a sweet and wonderful lady she is. That was one of the highlights of Colonel Tim's, in my opinion. That right there. And then, of course, as I said, we had our Jinx in town. And let me just give you just a little bit of that as well. So listen to this. We did a skit with Henry.
And we have a winner, and that winner is stepping forward now to claim that television set. Y'all, Henry, did you get a ticket? Yeah. Show us what number you got. Was it 44?
No, 6 and 7 8.
Oh, Andy, you pulled out the half size.
Oh, come on. Henry, I have a confession. This contest
was a rigged contest.
But it's rigged for you. Everyone show Henry your numbers. Everyone has 44, Henry. Except for you. Oh, come on, Henry. Now, you didn't. Look, all these people gathered together, and they were all going to stay silent so that you could win that TV set. Folks, what do y'all think? You think, well, go ahead and give Henry the...
So we did that little skit there with Henry. He won the television set, and it was a great time there as well. I want to thank Tiffany Brown. She's the one that actually did that video. She posted it on Facebook, so we're pulling it off and showing you a little bit here. Other highlights of the evening. Let's play this one. You'll know what this is pretty quick. This is Gomer introducing Goober, and in this case, he's introducing him to the mayor of Mayberry. So,
as I say, we're going to have some entertainment.
Let's go down to the picture show. I was coming to see if you want to go with us.
Go to the picture show?
Yeah.
Well, I'm kind of busy.
What is
Gomer.
Cary
I
Grant
got
movie?
Cary Grant movie. How about that?
My cousin Huber never misses a Cary Grant movie. He takes off on Cary Grant.
You take off on Cary Grant?
He sure does.
How about that? Well, as I say, I've got it.
You want to see him take off on Cary Grant?
Sure. Yeah. Let's take it.
No, don't.
Take off on Cary Grant.
Well, listen.
No,
Gomer, listen. If he don't want to, Gomer.
I'll do it.
Now, boy. Now, it's just one thing.
Okay.
Before he does it, you got to close your eyes.
I got to close my eyes.
Close your eyes.
Okay.
Now, he's going to take off on Cary Grant. Ready? Go, Goose.
Judy, 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 Judy.
You swear Cary Grant brought you in this room?
Yeah. Sure. Listen, Gomer, Judy.
So they of course go through that entire routine with the mayor. It is absolutely amazing. Again, I want to thank Tiffany. She posted that video as well. She was at Colonel Tim's, and it was amazing. Had a great time at Colonel Tim's, and then we ended it up, and this is Kim Mounts. She did this one. But this is the way we ended the show. Yeah, you know what? I'll wait and show that or listen to that at the end. Maybe we'll end the podcast that way. So I want to thank everybody that was at Mayberry Days and was part of it. It was a great day. We're going to go ahead and hear from Randy Turner. I know you're going to love it. And then we'll maybe close out the show with this song we closed at Colonel Tim's. Folks, Mayberry Days is always so exciting. I encourage you so much. I just can't do enough you need to go to one of these Mayberry events. If you're a fan enough to listen to this show, and especially if you listen to 498 episodes of this show, anywhere near that number, let's just go 300. If you listen to anywhere near 300 of these, you would love Mayberry Days. I would love to hear from you. So I'm going to say it again at the end of the show, but I want you to call me. Use your voice and tell other fans that are listening to this. I want you to tell them what you thought about Mayberry Days if you were there. Or if you've been to another event, tell us about it. We want to know what you think because, I'm kind of biased. I'm in the shows. So anyway, all right, let's go and hear from Randy Turner with This Week in Mayberry History.
Welcome to This Week in Mayberry History, a report by Special Correspondent Randy Turner of the Gomer and Cooper Pyle Comic Book Literary Guild of the Mayberry Historical Society.
Gail Davis appeared in Mayberry as Thelma Lou's sharpshooter cousin from Arkansas, a character type Gail knew something about in real life. Gail was born Betty Grayson on October the 5th, 1925 in Little Rock, Arkansas. Betty developed an interest in singing and dancing while a child, and eventually studied drama and dance at the University of Texas. At the age of 20, she married Bob Davis, and they moved to Hollywood to pursue careers in film, with Betty's dream to be a Hollywood musical comedy star. While her husband, whom she divorced in 1952, never successfully found a career in entertainment, Betty was put under contract with MGM in less than a year. She was told she couldn't use her married name of Betty Davis because of the well-known actress with the same name, albeit with a non-traditional spelling of the first name. She couldn't use her maiden name of Betty Grayson because of the already working actress and singer Katherine Grayson. A casting director then suggested Gail Davis, and she used that stage name the rest of her career. Gail spent most of her career appearing in westerns, which were a natural fit. As she was growing up, she had become an excellent horse rider, so much so that she even performed at times in rodeos. She was athletic and was even an expert trick shot with a gun in her off-screen life. After she made her debut in a comedy short subject in 1947, that same year she played a small uncredited role in the post-Civil War drama The Romance of Rosie Ridge, which was also the film debut of Jennifer Lee. The following year, Gail won a supporting role in the Roy Rogers Western The Far Frontier. Over the next 5 years, Gail appeared in 32 films, 29 of which were westerns, and she often did her own stunts. The fact that nearly all of her films were westerns was in no small part due to the fact that she had become a favorite of western star Gene Autry, with whom she appeared in 20 of those films over that period. In 1950, she continued her most popular film character type when she made her television debut in an episode of The Cisco Kid, the first of 5 appearances she made on that show, the first 2 of which were as a recurring character. That same year, she made her first of 4 appearances in The Lone Ranger, and her first of 15 in her former film partner's new television western, The Gene Autry Show. Gail found her greatest fame playing the lead in the 1954 series based on the real-life female sharpshooter Annie Oakley. Produced by Gene Autry, the syndicated series was a huge hit, as indicated by over $10 million in sales of licensed Annie Oakley merchandise being sold in 1955, the first full year after it debuted. The series finally gave young girls a female Western icon to whom they could relate. Gail's role has been said to be the first female action heroine in television, and is unquestionably the first female to be the lead in a Western series. Annie Oakley was a success, but unfortunately, too much so for Gail's career. She was unable to find steady acting work afterward. She reprised her signature role in an uncredited appearance in the Bob Hope Western comedy Alias Jesse James. then played one last role before retiring from the industry altogether. And that role was, of course, as Thelma Lou's cousin, Karen Moore, in an early episode of the second season of The Andy Griffith Show. While the topic of sexism had been visited before when Ellie Walker ran for council, it was revisited here with Andy and Barney both exhibiting chauvinistic attitudes. After Karen bested Andy in a skeet shooting competition, Barney said, "Of all the unmitigated gall," to which Andy replied, "Yep, I sure had it," and went after Karen to make amends. In 1960, Gail had received a star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame for her work in television. 33 years after she retired, she made her last public appearance to accept the Golden Boot Award for groundbreaking work in westerns. Gail passed away in 1997 at the age of 71. Well, that's it for this week. Thanks for listening. And remember to take Andy's advice and go out there and act like somebody.
Thank you, Randy. And if you want to make sure you don't miss any of Randy's stuff he's doing on the internet, send him an email at turnersgrade@gmail.com. That's turnersgrade@gmail.com. Thanks again, Randy. Amazing stuff. Great stuff about Annie Oakley. I did not know all that about Gail. All right, folks. So you've stuck around this long. I have something really special for you. At Mayberry Days, Clint Howard was there, and he brought with him a video. Now, this video was, well, I guess we can say produced and directed by Clint Howard, starring, somebody else that you might recognize him. So let's go ahead and hear this.
Hey there, Mayberry Days, Mount Airy. I wish I could be there in person. One of these days I'm going to try to get there. Clint is there, as I'm sure you've seen, and it's always something that he looks forward to. But, I just want to thank you. I want to thank you for continuing to celebrate the spirit of what Andy and everybody involved with the show tried to offer up. A sense of a place and the people who inhabit that place and what it can mean to really be a community, when a community can become a family. I love talking about the Andy Griffith Show. Anytime a journalist wants to bring it up, they apologize, and I always say, those are some of the happiest days of my life. Oh, pardon that pun. But I have such great memories, and the experience on the show, thanks largely to Andy and everybody involved in the show, really did shape me for my entire life in a way that I'm very grateful for. So thank you so much for celebrating the spirit of the show, and I hope you have a great time at Mayberry Days.
Oh, wow. Ron Howard, ladies and gentlemen, Ron Howard. And that was so nice of he and Clint. That was actually in the background. If you see the video, if you saw it on Facebook, it was posted on Facebook during Mayberry Days. But they were actually at Rance Howard's house, Clint and Ron. That's where they actually were. That was outside Clint, their house that they had, that their dad owned. And they were getting it ready to start renting it or something. Wow. I just thought that was so nice of Ron Howard to take time to do that, and for Clint to take time to get Ron to do it, or whatever they did there. Very nice people, both of them. Well, friends, I hope you've enjoyed just a little bit of this rundown of what happened at Mayberry Days. It's nowhere near all. Again, I would like to hear from you. If you were at Mayberry Days, send an email, not an email, a voicemail, call in, or go over to twochairsnowaiting.com and click the little leave a message button that's hanging right there on the right side of the screen. You'll see it, and just let us know what you thought. We would love to hear your thoughts about Mayberry Days and not my own. Well, the end Colonel Tim's, the way I ended it this year, because many of you know that David Browning was not there as Barney, but Barney was there. There were Barneys, several Barneys around, and we still had Barney with us. He's there. Nobody can replace David Browning, and nobody expects to be able to. But we hope you so much enjoyed just that spirit of Mayberry that was there at Mayberry Days, because that's what it's all about. And we ended Colonel Tim's with my hometown. So I'm going to play us out of here with that. And folks, I hope you'll join us right here on Two Chairs No Waiting next week and make plans to be at one of these Mayberry events. So I want to thank Kim Mounts for this video that I'm about to show, and we'll see you guys next week right here on Two Chairs.
My hometown is the only place to be, where the worries are small and the kids grow tall and strong and healthy and free. It's my hometown, my hometown, Mayberry, Mayberry. Good night, everybody.
All right, we're back. Boom, bum, ba-da, da, da, do, 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 ba-dum, boom. All right, everybody. I hope you guys enjoyed the show. It was a very long one. I'm sorry it went long, but wow, there was a lot to cover. I saw, was it Tim that was saying my wife was impressed with this. She said, Alan can really sing. Thank you. Thank you, Tim. I try. I thought it went pretty well. If you had to walk, Floyd, she must have had a whine like a talking about the transmission again. Yep, that's probably right. That clutched me. Folks, I hope you guys all enjoyed the ones that were there at Mayberry Days. I hope you enjoyed yourself. Thank you, Skinny Griffin, saying, Alan, you're a big bundle of talent. Thank you. I appreciate that. I hope you enjoyed all the stuff. So Jan did this. Where's this little clip of Jan? Jan, when I asked her if she was going to be on the podcast, this was the response I got, and it's just video response. No way, not happening. No way, not happening. So Jan is not going to be on the podcast. No, not going to happen. No. So there she is. So we'll show that every week at the end of the podcast. Maybe we can show that. No, not doing it. Not going to happen. So, Mayberry Days was again a great time for me. I didn't stop the audio recorder. Stop it. And I hope you guys had just as much fun as I did. It was a lot of work. It was harder without David. I really, really, really missed David. But all those other tribute artists that you saw made it absolutely perfect. Everything went great. As you saw, I helped, but those guys were amazing. And so I have to, I just have to thank them all of them for showing up. Gomer, Goober, Otis, the mayor, Mr. McBeevy, Henry Bennett. Gosh, I'm going to forget people. The Luke Comstock, Mr. Finch, Newton Monroe, Andalina. Oh gosh, I know I forgot somebody. I'm sure I did. Briscoe. If I did not say your name, it's not because I don't appreciate you. It's because I'm old and don't remember people. No, it's because I can't remember who I've already said. So I'd have to list them all out. But I want to thank all of you, all the tribute artists that helped me. Yeah, Floyd Colby. I didn't show any pictures of him, did I? Let's see. Let me pull up a picture because you guys need to see this. So this year at Mayberry Days, we had some new tributes, right? So we had new tribute artists. Let's see. Let me pull up a picture of him. So we had Floyd Colby. Now, there's always been talk, that there was, people don't remember. They remember that there was another Floyd, but they didn't recall, didn't know who he was, never saw him. So we had another Floyd. Let's see, where is he? I'm missing him. I'm scrolling through all my pictures here, trying to find him. Gosh, I thought he was earlier in the show than this. But so this year we had a special thing because, everybody thinks it was one Floyd that two people played. Well, that's just not true. There was always two Floyds. We were partners at the barbershop. So here we go. So we were partners at the barbershop, and I asked everybody if they thought there was just one. So I told them, I said, no, we were partners. It was Floyd's barbershop, but we were both Floyd. There was myself, Floyd Lawson, and Floyd Colby. So Floyd, I called him out on stage, and there he came. There was Floyd Colby himself, Floyd Lawson, Floyd Colby. There he is. And he said, are they still in the chair? So Floyd and I shared the stage together. We were partners in the barbershop. He was the senior partner. He's the one that taught me into going to barber college and taught me about catching cats in the back. And that's how, to practice your skills on those cats. And he was the one who taught me all that. So it was so good to see Floyd Colby again and have him there with us at Mayberry Days. But there he was, Floyd Colby. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. We held that as a surprise because I didn't want anybody to know about him. And it's actually amazing how much he looks like Floyd, the first Floyd. So there were two Floyds, no waiting. So let's get some closer up pictures of him here. So there's Floyd. Great time was had by everybody there. So there he is, Floyd himself, Floyd Colby, ladies and gentlemen, and Floyd Lawson. There you go. But I'd kind of kept that a secret. I didn't want too many people to know that he was going to be there because I just was afraid it would be too big of a crowd trying to get his autograph and stuff since he was the one who helped me get started and everything. But there is Floyd Colby, ladies and gentlemen. It was great. Norm Schultz is his name. Great time. For those that are still sticking around, we had Lucy was there. There's Lucy. She was doing the Vegemeta vitamin, and it was absolutely awesome. If you've not seen that, there is a video of that, and it's pretty long. We'll show it in the coming weeks here. But this is Christy McClendon, who usually does our Andalina. She does a great Lucy, and of course she got drunk as she kept taking the Vegemeta vitamin, and so it was a great time. Wow, and this is Laura Hagen. She's a wonderful lady. Keith Thibodeau playing his drums. Folks, I could do this all night. We'll just have to do more in the coming weeks so I can show you more stuff because there's just so much more. There's me and Norm on stage. A lot of these are on Facebook, so hopefully you guys have already seen a lot of this. That was over at the VW Boys concert. And let's see here. Yeah, there we go. That's the parade. That was me. I was playing my trombone there. Yeah, I was trying to catch Mr. Finch. I was going to show him how I could play the trombone. That was after the event. We're all resting. There's me and Floyd again. It was just a great weekend. And there's me doing the kick I showed you guys earlier. And just on the street, low and lonely. It's Gordon Ray. There's Greg Shell getting a haircut from me. He and Stark Howell. That's Miss Ellie right there. It's cutting her hair. And there's Leonard Blush himself. There you go. The Desperate Female Hunters, along with my wife. And there's Amy Howard. It was just a great weekend. Had a great time. There's some pictures from past events as well. So, guys, there's just so much fun. Don Good, he showed up. He was there. There I am at the barbershop, just sitting there visiting with people. Giving Norm. There's Floyd, the first Floyd. There he is. I'm giving him a haircut. So anyway, we had a great time. Mr. McBeevy, here he is. I think I left him off earlier. Great time visiting with everybody. So friends, there's just so much available, so much Mayberry out there. I encourage you to go out there and find it yourself. Folks, I am going to get out of here. I've kept you way too long, but I do thank you for being here. And we will see you guys next time right here on Two Chairs, No Waiting. Hope you'll join us. We'll be here next week. By the way, there won't be, in a couple of weeks anyway, the 500th episode, there won't be a This Week in Mayberry History. Okay? So just letting you know, giving you a heads up. So next week, I believe there is one. What is this? This was 98, right? Yeah. So next week, and then the week after, I hope to have a special episode for our 500th episode. So until then, everybody, I'd love to hear from you. And we'll talk to you then. Have a great week. Good night, everybody.